Chelsea just beat Ajax 5-1 in a game we dominated from start to finish, and although there was an early red card that really changed the dynamics of the game, I still think there's a few things that we can take away from it and a few players that really stood out. Gittens today showed exactly what I look for in young raw talents, flashes of brilliance. Believe it or not, just because a young player doesn't perform in his first 200 minutes for the club, it doesn't mean that he's already a flop, but with the Chelsea fan base, it feels like 2 games is all you get, without any context needed about someone's age or playtime to already determine how their entire career will pan out. Now, I'll be honest, for some players I get it. You can just look at some players and know that there's a high chance that they will flop. But with a guy like Gittens, who clearly has all the tools from dribbling to ball striking to the pure pace and agility required from a winger in the modern game, it just didn't really make sense for me to write him off so early in his career. And today and against Liverpool, he really showed what he is capable of given time and patience. His touches were sharp, he dribbled past his fullback like he wasn't there, and he was constantly threatening in general. Usually when a player is this fast and agile, there can be a bit missing when it comes to slowing the game down and being more composed in terms of finding runners ahead of you. But Gittens seems to be developing that side of his game really quickly, with a good example of that being how well he found Enzo for a penalty. I'm not saying Gittens is world class or anything, but not giving a player with this much raw talent the time to develop and show what he can do before writing him off is insane to me. And it shows that regardless how talented a youngster is, with how reactionary our fan base can be, they have to perform immediately like Joao Pedro or Estevao, or they will be labelled as a flop. And these ridiculously high standards are the exact same reason that rival fans are able to comfortably disrespect Chelsea players, and why Chelsea players in general have to do so much more to get respect and standing in the world of football. It all starts with us, and I hope the recent performances from Gittens marks the start of a great career for him that proves what I'm saying to be right. But he wasn't the only youngster that showed me something today. Guiu's performance and goal today showed to me what I had already known for a while. Guiu is absolutely capable of giving Delap some serious competition when he comes back. There's honestly not that much he has missing for the type of striker he is clearly trying to be, and while both strikers share the same off-ball attributes, I think Guiu has some things that he actually does better than him too. For example, his press is a serious nightmare for any centre-back. Yeah, Delap does press too, but his pressing can sometimes result to fouling a centre-back, and it isn't constant. While Guiu looks like he's genuinely trying to win the ball back in any second that we don't have it. And he has something else that I think is key for any striker to succeed at a big club: the ability to create chances for himself through relentless runs and good movement. Guiu just doesn't strike me as someone who is ever really gonna struggle to get on the end of chances, and being able to create those shooting opportunities for yourself is the difference between being a ghost for 90 minutes every game and being a deadly striker consistently scoring. Listen, I'm not saying he's as good or better than Delap already, because honestly, we haven't seen him play in the Premier League enough to determine if that's true. But what I can say is that the signs are promising, and he has already shown me things that tell me that he will be competing for our starting striker position this season. And talking about starting, Esteval's performance today told us what we all already knew. We need to see more of this guy. I don't mind Neto, and I think it's a weird situation with him where he either gets heavily overrated or heavily underrated. But I'm ready to see what Esteval can do on a bigger stage. Whether that means he gets subbed on earlier in games or Neto gets shifted out to left wing to accommodate, something has to happen, because Esteval is ridiculously dangerous with every touch he takes. He's so hungry to score at all times, and even though his goal today came from a penalty, I've just never been so sure about a player being destined to become a world-class goal scorer in my life. Forget just goals, every time he faces up his fullback, I'm expecting something. Whether it's a great cross, a shot on target, or at the very least a corner, it feels like something positive always happens when the ball is at his feet. He only needs a yard of space to make things happen as well, and taking advantage of small situations like that is usually something that comes with age and experience. Learning when not to do too much and being more efficient with your actions, but Esteval seems to be on the path to learning that already. And when you combine a mind focused on efficiency and making things happen, and the dribbling ability that he has, you have a very scary prospect. You get games like the one he had today at a bare minimum. A game where he was constantly creating danger, even if that didn't end with a GA. But in general, today was a really positive day. Even if the red card meant we can't really take much away from the game, we still climb up the Champions League table after losing what I was expecting to be our toughest game in Bayern. And with only Barcelona looking like the other challenge, I think we actually have a good chance to qualify in the top 8.